Thank you all for taking time out to attend this team webinar on engineering change management. My name is Keith Langford and I will be your host for today. In this ever-increasing world of digitalisation, there has never been a greater need to manage engineering change more efficiently. People and businesses are more connected, supply chains are more responsive, and the entire manufacturing process moves at an ever-increasing speed. At a time when all companies are looking for ways to improve productivity, the consequence of change should always be at the forefront of any discussion, as this is fundamental to the success of any business process improvement initiative. Whether you are working in a heavily regulated industry or fast-paced consumer market, the time you have to respond to change is less and the cost of making mistakes is higher. If you have not done so already, now is the right time to consider improving the efficiency of your change management processes while having a greater control of your digital security and IP. Today's team webinar will help to get you started on the right path. Today's Engineering Change Management webinar will be presented by Mr. John Gladin. John is a senior PLM consultant at Team Engineering. He has over 20 years' experience working with companies in a variety of industries deploying PLM solutions. He is a seasoned engineering professional who graduated with a Masters of Engineering degree with honours from the University of Exeter in 1997. There will be a question and answer session at the end of this webinar, but throughout the presentation, please use the Ask a Question facility on the screen to forward your questions to the panel. We will also welcome your feedback. I will now hand over to John to continue the webinar. Thank you, John.
For those that may not be aware, we thought we would briefly explain what PLM is, as it forms the backbone of what we're presenting today. Teamcenter is a PLM solution from Siemens, and it provides businesses with a single source of the truth for their product data. As the name suggests, it supports the whole life cycle of a product, and the key applications are highlighted on screen. These are used by the following areas of the business, such as design, manufacturing, right through to quality, supplier integration, and after-sales support. But starting out with PLM can be challenging. Siemens have developed a framework to allow the easy transition from non-managed systems into Teamcenter PLM. The idea is that you start with PLM by first introducing design management and getting your core engineering data under control. This is typically data created in an MCAD tool. Teamcenter provides integrations from all the leading CAD vendors such as Siemens NX, Creo, SolidWorks, AutoCAD and CATIA. As you know, design data isn't the only form of product-related information. Your documentation also plays a critical role in product definition and requirements. So with Teamcenter you can manage your product documentation and build relationships to parts, which allows users to browse from doc to part or part to doc, as opposed to repeatedly searching for data. Also, Teamcenter enables you to manage your bill of materials, which are derived directly from the CAD BOM. This provides accurate, up-to-date BOM information to all users of Teamcenter. And finally, processes, which is what we're going through today. Companies have many manual paper-based processes, change management included, that are inefficient and can lead to lost time and money. Workflows are used to automate and provide traceability of these manual processes and pass information around the business, allowing each person to make their contribution. This can be in the form of a document, a file, or their sign-off and comments. Teamcenter provides companies with that single source of the truth and eradicates all the issues you may experience when managing your product and its data on network file shares and map drives, for example. Users don't have to spend hours a day searching for information, as Teamcenter provides powerful search capabilities like those found on the web on sites such as Amazon and eBay. When they search for a part or document, they can trust the result will be at the correct revision. Users can open and check out or close and check-in design information within the integrated CAD user interface. Access is controlled by the Teamcenter security model, allowing users to access data based on their group, role, or project permissions. Teamcenter provides full traceability, connecting all kinds of data types, such as your CAD models, assembly drawings, technical requirements, and specifications. Using Teamcenter's impact analysis tools, where used and where referenced, allows users to see the impact of making a change to a part, drawing, or document, and what else may be affected by that change. But what leads to change in the first place? Change management is imperative, especially within engineering, no matter how big or small the change is. It must be properly assessed by the various departments to determine the impact of the change and the actions required to implement that change. Engineering change management may fall under another term within your business. For example, you may call it a change request, change order, drawing office request, or an engineering change note, but the goals are generally the same, i.e. what is the issue, identifying the affected parts, assigning resource, propose a change, approval sign-off, notification throughout the business, and dealing with remaining stock. Changes to products are focused on continuous improvement. Change can be driven from unforeseen issues when the product reaches manufacturing that need addressing. Cost savings can be achieved by reducing rework and scrap by changing the design of a product to be more efficient. Changes can also be requested to better suit a customer's needs, to increase your competitive advantage, or there may be compliance issues surrounding the product triggering the beginning of the change process. But managing engineering change with no dedicated system can be difficult. Team have seen the challenges that companies face dealing with change. Our products are getting more complex, and managing change with disconnected processes and siloed information can impact time to market and ultimately profit margins. We have seen companies using a variety of different methods to perform change management, including in-house developed software, which was based on an Access database, but this typically has no link to the actual parts and documents and requires continual manual input to keep relevant and up to date. Engineering change is also managed using large Excel spreadsheets with VB macros. These are costly to develop and maintain. Within the business, it takes many hours to keep track of change, as the parts and documents are regularly updated. Another method is using Word or PDF forms. These can be time-consuming to populate, take an inordinate amount of time to get the signatures required while being left on someone's desk for sign-off, or even vanish into thin air so they have to be created again. These factors could all create a bottleneck for your engineering department and lead to costly delays. Communicating the change can be an issue too, requiring emails to be sent to the relevant stakeholders to chase sign-off, taking up valuable resource and time. On top of this, engineering management wastes time tracking down task status and deliverables, and struggle with reporting as the data required is stored in multiple locations and collating data is not an easy task. This brings us back to PLM and Teamcenter. As mentioned previously, Teamcenter controls your design data generated from an integrated CAD tool, so managing engineering change in the same environment as your product data offers many benefits and is a competitive advantage. Teamcenter helps you manage the change process, simple or complex, from beginning to end. You can leverage powerful workflow and schedule management capabilities to make managing complex change easier. Teamcenter also provides you with a closed-loop change process using CM2 best practices to help standardize your processes. The change management process within Teamcenter is broken down into 3 key functions. These are problem report, change request, and change notice. A problem report can be raised by anyone who has access to Teamcenter. They have the ability to include a detailed description of the problem, including supporting in documentation or pictures of the issue, and connect the problem report to the product in question, for example CAD data or technical documents. A decision on whether a problem report is approved, rejected or deferred can then be made by the person responsible. If approved, a change request is then implemented, which will go into more detail of the change, i.e. what is the impact of this change. Assessments can take place on what is impacted, approvals gathered in parallel from the various departments, a change control board can be consulted and project schedules aligned. A change notice would then be implemented. At this stage, resources allocated. Solution items, new parts or revisions are created. A final approval can then be made. BOM configuration and finally notification to the relevant people and departments take place in order to close and complete the change loop. In this brief video, we are using Teamcenter with Siemens NX as the CAD tool. Mary, the change analyst, has logged in and can access all her tasks using Teamcenter. A change note has been created whereby a handle needs attaching to one of the power drills this company produces. Mary now prepares the change note. She can click on the Reference Items tab. In here, a picture and a specification has already been added, which can be opened directly from Teamcenter. This provides all users in the process visibility of any reference data. She can quickly see the various stages of the workflow and what must be completed to get the design approved and released ready for manufacture. Having reviewed the task, she can then progress the workflow onto the next stage and add any comments as needed. So we're now with Ed, the designer, and he doesn't have to leave the CAD environment to start work on the change. Again, he can access his task inbox directly from NX and open all the information relevant to this change at the click of a button. From the Affected Items tab, he can see any solution items, impacted items, and plan items associated. And can also see the problem items, which are the left and right housings of the drill. When he clicks on reference items, he can see any pictures or specs that have been added throughout the previous steps of the workflow, and he has all the details needed to make this change at his disposal. He can go into his impacted items in the change note and open the power drill assembly directly into the CAD environment. He can click on the problem items and these are then highlighted in NX, in this case the left and right housings. Having selected the relevant parts that need changing, the designer can add the features needed to accommodate this change, i.e. adding bosses to both sides of the housing, so the handle can be mounted on either side. Once the model has been updated, the designer can search and find the handle assembly data and move it into their current design session. As mentioned previously, Teamcenter can manage CAD data from multiple systems, and in this instance we can see the handle assembly was created in CATIA V5. Using industry standard JT data, designers don't have to migrate the data from one CAD system to another. They can simply add the data into the NX session and use constraints to position the handle. Once the designer has completed the engineering change, they can save the assembly easily within the CAD tool. With no need to keep switching between applications, they can then send the item to workflow that indicates they have completed their task. Ed adds his comments and signs off the change, which notifies Mary that the CAD update is complete and ready for review. Mary, the reviewer, can then log in and again see all the relevant information associated with this change, reviewing the specification, and can also view the solution items, which are the CAD models that have been amended. Using powerful JT visualization, which is available within Teamcenter, she can spin, measure and section the CAD model without tying up expensive CAD licenses. When satisfied the CAD models are correct, the design change can be approved. It's not just CAD data that can be affected by change. The associated documents and manual tasks of updating other systems can be controlled by the change process, as we will see in the next demonstration. In this video, we will meet 3 different people with various roles in the engineering change management process and see how Teamcenter makes it easy for them to perform their tasks. Ed, who is in customer support, has received a number of complaints from customers who are reporting incidents of breaking off screws and damaging their workpieces. In an effort to determine the root cause, he wants to see what precautions are called out in the user guide for the DM22 cordless drill driver. As he reviews the user guide, he believes that adding emphasis to the last sentence in the torque adjustment section will help enforce the importance of properly adjusting the torque and reduce the number of incidents. Ed turns on the markup capability to highlight the torque adjustment section and adds his comment asking that the technical publications team consider adding emphasis to the importance of adjusting the torque. To get the technical publications team to review his recommended changes, he creates a problem report for the user guide. Teamcenter assigns the problem report a number, attaches the document to the problem report, and Ed prompts to complete the information required to submit the problem report. With just a few clicks, Ed has created a problem report and submitted it to the problem report workflow process for approval. Kurt is responsible for reviewing problem reports and properly dispositioning them as engineering change requests when appropriate. Kurt logs into Teamcenter in the morning and checks to see if there are any new approved problem reports that need to be reviewed and sees that the problem report that Ed submitted was approved. In Teamcenter he can quickly see all the relevant information associated with this problem report, including the user guide that is affected. Kurt opens the user guide to review the problem that Ed reported. Without installing any applications or plugins, he can quickly see Ed's comment and the section of the user guide that Ed's concerned about. Satisfied with Ed's explanation, Kurt derives an engineering change request from the problem report. Again, with just a few simple clicks, Teamcenter automatically assigns an engineering change request number, links in the problem report with the engineering change request, and prompts Kurt to complete the information required to submit the engineering change request. Mary is a change analyst. Her role is to review engineering change requests and determine whether or not the proposed change may impact any additional items, and to derive engineering change notices for any engineering change requests that are to be executed to inform the responsible party, like the technical publications team, to implement the change. She reviews the new engineering change request submitted by Kurt and proceeds to derive an engineering change notice from it. As we've seen before, Teamcenter makes it very easy and intuitive for every user to complete their task. Later in the day, Mary sees that the engineering change notice maturity has been updated to complete and its closure status is now closed. Looking through the Affected Items tab, Mary now sees that a new revision of the document has been attached to the engineering change notice as the solution item. She opens the user guide to review the change that has been made and sees that the section now ends with a sentence formatted in italic bold font to emphasize the importance of proper torque adjustment. As you can see, Teamcenter provides Ed, Kurt and Mary with an intuitive user experience throughout the engineering change management process and allows them to quickly and easily complete their tasks. With change management in Teamcenter, the PLM tool organizes the parts, documents, people and process, helping you focus on making smarter decisions and drive smarter changes. Teamcenter provides you with comprehensive impact analysis. With impact analysis capabilities in Teamcenter, you can understand the complete scope of impacted data, people and processes, helping you make the best decisions possible. Right-sized change process. Every change created is not equal. Because you are able to clearly understand the impact of a change, you can determine if it requires the structure and rigor of a formal process or if it requires only a simple change. With Teamcenter, you have the flexibility to expedite simple change using a fast-track change process or formally control complex change using a standard change process. Full change traceability. Teamcenter provides complete traceability to help support audits and optimize your change processes. Full visibility of product defects and enhancements are stored in Teamcenter alongside your CAD data, so any user who has access to Teamcenter has the full history of a part or document at their fingertips. End-to-end execution. Teamcenter helps you to manage the process simple or complex from beginning to end. You can leverage powerful workflow and schedule management capabilities to make managing complex change easier. Let's take a closer look at comprehensive change coordination in a future webinar. I'd like to thank you all for attending. We really do appreciate the time you have taken out of your busy schedules to join this webinar. Although this was a brief overview of change management, we hope it has given you enough to appreciate the capabilities that Teamcenter PLM can offer to address your data and change management requirements. If you already have Teamcenter and are looking to explore change management, or you are just looking at PLM in general, please do get in touch with us and we'll be happy to assist.
This event is very well attended, so there are plenty of questions. We only have a limited time to answer a few questions during this live session. However, don't worry, if we don't get round to answering yours, one of our representatives will follow up with you later this week. Whilst we are sorting out the questions, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce those who are not aware of Team Engineering to our company. This will only take a minute. Team Engineering is the oldest, most established Siemens PLM business partner in the UK, with over 20 years working exclusively with the Siemens PLM solutions. When it comes to PLM technology, We have the industry skills you need, but most importantly, we listen to your requirements and we work with you to deliver results. We're exclusively focused on the Siemens PLM NX Teamcenter and FEMAP solutions and are committed to supporting you in the very best way we know. With main offices in Huntingdon, England and Shotts in Scotland, we are geographically well placed to support our growing and diverse customer base in the UK. We offer customers support in person, via telephone and online, and always put our customers first. This has been our focus since the start. We provide engineering software sales, solutions implementations, engineering training and consulting services. Team Engineering are also the preferred training and service company for Siemens direct accounts in the UK. Our focus is around three core disciplines: design and manufacture using the Siemens NX CAD/CAM solutions, analysis and simulation with the likes of FEMAP and NX SimCenter, and PLM data management using Teamcenter. If you're interested in any of these and would like further information, please do not hesitate to give us a call. Team Engineering are currently supporting over 360 customers around the UK in diverse industries across aerospace and defence, automotive and consumer products. All of our workforce has an engineering background with over 350 years of combined experience. Together we are a team, Team Engineering.